Hello and welcome to the Information Networking Applications Screencast. In today's episode, we're going to be covering some of the basics of the popular social network Pinterest. Okay, so as you see, this is my homepage for Pinterest, and it has been curated to include things that I'm interested in, such as fast cars and garage projects and humorous internet pictures. Pinterest is arranged into vertical columns of images with short comments visible directly below them. But what are these images and where do they go? So each of these images are called pins, and pins belong to pin boards. So after you create a identity on Pinterest, then you will be asked to input some things that you're interested in. So here I've created boards, which are collections of pins that are arranged around things that I'm interested in, such as humorous pictures and cars. In the case of this board, Fantasy Cars, this is a board that I created out of images of cars that are for sale. So in the pin itself, I have the picture of the car and then a description of the car and its price. This other board about cars are a collection of images that I found elsewhere on Pinterest. And in these, I'm not including uh, such detailed information in the pin. And in fact, I'm just copying over the text of the comment from the person who originally created the pin. In the case of pinning uh, pins to your board and then elaborating on them, here is a picture of a coffee table made out of beer bottle caps. And by selecting that picture inside the board, you get a magnified view of the picture, and you can also create these comments where you and your friends and followers on Pinterest can create a dialogue about the pin itself. In this case, I committed a Pinterest faux pas because I did not delete the original comment that was created by the previous pinner. And so this created some confusion among my daughters who thought that I was making a comment when in fact I had actually copied the comment incorrectly. So how do you find things on Pinterest? Well, one way that you can find things is by using this search bar at the top of the screen. By entering a term into the search bar and searching for it, you will produce a collection of images that are described by your search. Another way that you can find pins on Pinterest is to uh, get images from boards that you have followed that are defined by your interests. So this pin is found in the board Old Muscle Car. It's like this pin is found in the board Garage Workshop. So by subscribing to boards, you create a stream of of images that fulfill your interests. That's how you find pins that already exist on Pinterest, but how do you create pins that are new for Pinterest? Many websites have the ability to share information through social networks. In this website, Hemmings.com sells is a classified listing for selling classic cars. So here's an image of a car that I might like to include in my collection of fantasy cars. It's a 1983 Fiat Spider for $15,000. Here we see a variety of different ways in which the user can share the information over social networks. Because Pinterest is such a popular social network, it's going to consistently be one of the options listed. After you select Pinterest to be the social network over which you're going to share the image is converted into a pin. So here I'm invited to pin it, take this image and include it in one of my boards. I'll receive a prompt which will ask me which board do you want to include it in, the Fantasy Cars board, and I can change the comment that goes with this pin. So in this case, I'm going to include the asking price. So I can pretend that I will buy this car someday. I'll choose pin it. It has been success, so I can return to my Pinterest board, select my identity, select the board fantasy car, and I can find here the pin that I just created. Okay, it is loading now. And there it is, the pin that I just created. Alternately, you can create pins by uploading images directly from your hard drive. So this is a way to create original pins. Here in the bottom right-hand corner, you have a plus sign. You can click the plus sign and then choose to upload a pin. Pins are always images. In this case, I'm going to choose an image that I found through Google search of sheep passing through a hole in the fence. And this is going to be useful um, as a metaphor in a genetics lecture. So I'm going to create a new board, and these are going to be images that I want to use in future PowerPoint presentations. So this image is about a genetic bottleneck. Which is also a form of genetic drift. All right, so now I've created a board called Images for PowerPoint Lectures. And this will create a new pin that will go into my board. So those are some basics of using Pinterest. We looked at how Pinterest is organized in boards, and boards consist of pins, and pins can have comments. You can find content on Pinterest through the search bar or by looking at boards of people that you're following. And you can create original pins by uploading them from the web through social media buttons or by uploading them directly from your hard drive. Thanks, and have fun pinning.